Hi, this is Billie Jo. So, this pick a card reading is a you versus them type of reading. So, I'm going to look and see, I'm going to have a card in there that represents the masculine energy in the connection. And then I'm going to have a card that represents the feminine energy in the connection. And for each, the masculine and the feminine, I'm going to look and see where each individual's focus is. And then what they need to do to bridge their energies into alignment. So, of course, as usual, I have 3 piles here. Pile 1 is with the rose quartz. This is the After Tarot. Pile 2 is with the Labradorite. That's with the Arcanum Tarot. And pile 3 is with the Green Opal. I forgot what that is. But anyways, that is with the Cosmic Tarot. So again, 1, 2, 3. So y'all know that I like to just go ahead and get right on started. If there's any information y'all need or any of the timestamps, it's all in the description box, as well as how to connect with me on social media such as Facebook, Instagram, or emails. But I'm fixing to get started with pile number 1. I'll see you there. Okay, if you chose pile option number 1 with this beautiful rose quartz. I love rose quartz, y'all. Well, of course, pink is like one of my many favorite colors. I have lots of them. So, let's see here. I'm going to do this a little different today. I have these cute little easels that I got from the dollar store. Okay. So this is going to be the masculine energy, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Then I have a couple cards here that's going to represent what his focus is on. Then for the feminine energy, this is the Queen of Swords. Kind of put it where you can see it. And then, of course, I have a couple cards here to represent where her energy is. And then I have some messages on how you can come into alignment. Okay, I'm just going to put that to the side. So, the masculine energy. So, we see that the masculine energy is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, of course, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight of the deck. So, depending on which tarot deck I'm using, I interpret it differently. Of course, lots of times it looks like he's either moving slowly or not moving at all. This one, it's like he's not moving. Like the horse has his foot lifted up, but it's more lifted up as in, you know, the horse is ready to do something. You know, he's tired of waiting on his rider. The knight is like he's holding up this pretty shiny pinnacle, right? But the thing is with the knight, it's more of an energy of, you want it? Come get it. You want this pretty pinnacle I got? You're going to have to come get it. But then we have the counterpart, which is the divine feminine. And look, she's not even looking. Like, if you have, please excuse the noise in the background. My loud daughter is here. And she gets very, oh my goodness. She gets so, anyways. She's louder than the grandkids. But anyways, as I was saying, here he is. He's like, you want it, you gotta come get it. And she's not even looking at him, right? She's focused on that butterfly on the tip of her sword. And he's like trying to lure her to turn around. But like, he's so stubborn. He is not going to go get her attention. He's not going to do it. She's going to have to turn around and look at him to see what he's got. Now, the thing about the Queen of Swords is the Queen of Swords is, you know, that's air energy, of course. Now, Pentacles is earth energy, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't mean that you have to have that in your chart. One of you might possibly, but they're just having that energy of the earth energy. And then, of course, the Queen is carrying the energy of the air, which is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So, the thing about the Queen of Swords is she just don't have any time for any bullshit. Like, she's going to cut shit out of her life, and she's going to cut it out quick. And you have to keep her attention. Like, you can't stand behind her and be like, hey, hey, hey. I mean, you're going to have to keep her attention because she's highly intelligent. She don't have time. You know, she's also someone who's very productive, hardworking. She's vocal, has great communication skills. And if she's trying to already communicate with you, which it looks like it, because we have the bird behind her. So it's like she's already tried to do some communication with this Knight of Pentacles. But she's leveled up. Okay, he's just the knight. He's not even a king. She's a queen. She's done what she's tried to do. And now her attention has gone elsewhere. It's gone towards the butterfly, which is transformation. She's transcending. She's no longer worried about what that knight, you know, that's standing in a standstill is doing. You know, she's progressing. She's ascending. Her spirituality has leveled up. And he's still standing in the same stuck spot. So, since he's stuck there, let's go ahead and look and see what he's focused on. So, what's been going on, you know, as far as in his perception, what is going on? It doesn't mean, you know, if you're the queen, we're talking about the knight's perspective right now, okay? No one's perspective is going to be identical, okay? So, we have the Seven of Wands. So, there's been a lot of conflict, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of miscommunications. He's not, you know, he just feels like there's been some arguments, some words possibly been exchanged between the two of you. We have the Three of Swords, heartbreak. So, possibly, he has said some things that he regrets. He has mouthed off some stuff, because whatever it is, the miscommunication was, she's beyond it. But he hasn't. He has not moved beyond. He's still got this conflict going around and around in circles in his head, because possibly she tried to communicate and he didn't listen, or there was some kind of blockage there. He's not quite understanding her perspective because they're not on the same level. And so now he's just like, okay, what I thought was a friendly competition ended up turning into a sleigh, and I got hurt. And then we have the number 11 for balance. And it's like, now he's like, okay, I just want things to get back to normal. I want to come back into balance. I want to be in union. I want us to be in sync. You know, we have the number 11, balance. You know, he wants, it's like he wants justice. He wants to, you know, and he's holding this penny up, and he's like, and he's only the knight, so it's like he doesn't understand what kind of offering he should give this queen, because he's like kind of lost with it. He's just standing there with like this pentacle in his hand, and he's just like, you know, he's just like, okay, well, I'm sorry, but she already tried to have a conversation with him, so sorry don't cut it. You just don't cut it. He's going to have to level up. So, let's look at her perspective, her point of view, okay? So, we have the Six of Cups. So, the Six of Cups, to me, represents people who's had past lives together, people who are soulmates, You know, she knows this person is her soulmate. But this is the after tarot. And if you look, they're no longer handing each other flowers or looking into each other's eyes. They're running towards this third party person. And if you notice, they are, in the way Spirit's having me interpret this, is that this is the divine. And this wise elderly person, if you see, they've got this beard. And they're still in their youth and their spirituality and in their growth. But she's a little bit farther up than him. He's kind of fallen a few steps behind her, which makes sense because he is the knight and she's the queen. You know, she's not even empress yet. And he's just the knight. He's not even a king. So he is a few steps behind her. But they are racing. They are heading that way. They are progressing. And that is the beauty of it. They're not just standing there. They're racing. They're running. They're embracing the concept of growth. And this is both of them. And she recognizes this. The queen recognizes this. She recognizes there's growth. We have the 8 of Swords. So in this connection, one of them has this concept of being stuck. Well, let me put it like this. They did have the concept of being stuck. Usually, this is the after tarot. So usually, in the regular tarot, it's just the woman standing there. She's blindfolded. She's bound. She's stuck in this looks like a prison of swords. But, and you know, if you look, this is a woman, so we're taking it as the divine feminine. And this masculine, who is only a knight, he came in and he's cutting loose her binds. So what's happening is he's healing her. In his own way, he is healing her to where she is able to transcend higher. And it's because of their connection. It's because of him helping her to see herself the way he sees her. He's helping her see her divinity. But if you look, he's got his focus so focused on her, and that's why he's still a knight. His focus is so intently on her that it's not completely on the divine. Because even in this card, you know, she's running forward. She's a couple feet ahead. So he's running after her. And she's running after the divine. But the beautiful thing of it is as he's chasing after her and she levels up, he levels up too. So there's growth happening on both sides. And then we have the number 6, memories of love. That is, so like that's the regular tarot of the 6 of Cups again. So that's, you know, look at that. It's beautiful. It's just like she still holds that divine love for her masculine. And it's not that, you know, I mean, it looks like she's not looking at him. It looks like she's not paying him any attention. Right? But she's the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is an excellent communicator. She, you know, there's this bird behind her. She's tried to communicate. We see that. Her focus is on the butterfly. But what I'm hearing in my head is that bird, her inner voice is whispering to her about him. She's listening to her intuition. She's listening to the divine. She's listening to Source, to God the Creator, however you want to resonate and go with it. So she still holds him in her heart. It's not that she's not paying attention to the knight. She's hoping he follows. Now, let's look at... oh my goodness. So let's look at Spirit's advice on how the two of you can come into alignment. I'm trying to get these level here. Kind of a better position for you. You know what? I'm just going to put these down here. Chunk it in the bucket. I don't want to age restrict it, so I'm trying not to cuss. You know, I got a potty mouth. Okay, so spirits, I use the Akashic Tarot for this Spirit's advice. We got the number 16, caught in the ruins. And what's funny is when I saw this card, I'm just like, oh, because I remember when I was dealing out the shuffling and dealing out the cards for the different piles, I was asking for advice on how they can come into alignment. And so I'm just now looking at this card and I'm just like, what? They're going to have to get, it looks like they're imprisoned together. But Spirit, what Spirit is telling me is, it's like they're going to have to get into a room together because he's stuck there and she's running forward and she's got her back to him. So they're going to have to get kind of, it's like having to be in the same space. So they're forced to look at each other and communicate. They're forced to communicate. But if you look at this ruins, it's exactly that. It's ruins. Like, they're not completely imprisoned. They can get out of there if they want to. But they have to do the work together. They need to communicate more. And, you know, she's tried. Now he's ready. Now he's ready. You know, she still holds him in his heart. So if you are the divine feminine in this connection, this resonates with you as the divine feminine. You need to communicate again. Try again. Then we have, well, it's this card. And it says, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So y'all are still learning together. You're still growing. You're still learning. Then we have this beautiful card here. And it says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. So don't get stuck in your head. Okay? Don't do it. Trust me. I'm going to tell you right now. This last week, I got stuck in my head. And my divine masculine is still going in rounds about it. Like, he's not really saying much about it, but I know that he's like, what the hell? She got stuck in her head again. But it says, you know, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. For it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So, in other words, to get into alignment together, first of all, divine feminine, you Queen of Swords, you are a thinker, you are intelligent, you are a seeker, but you do analyze everything. And then because you are the Queen of Swords, and through your perception, that you perceive things that you feel you may get hurt, or you may be disappointed. You don't want to deal with that. So you're going to cut the ties and run with it. But know that when it comes to matters of the heart, you keep, you know, just keep trying, because there's no right or wrong way. And this connection, when you both want to work together, when you both want to sit down and communicate, and actually, you know, communication is not just voicing your own perception. It's also stopping to listen to your other person's perception. Take yourself out of your own feelings. Take yourself out of your own analytical mind and actually listen. Don't be thinking about what you're going to say as a response. Just listen to him and allow him to listen to you. It is a back and forth give and take. So when it comes to your connection, you must remember their point of view isn't the same as yours. Their perception is not the same. You know, and when it comes to this connection, you're a little bit more grown energy-wise than they are. You have more of an understanding than they do. So it's like Spirit is trying to tell you, okay, you really want, I know you really want this to work out, but you're still going to have to put the work in. Yes, you've grown, but you still got more growth to do. So I hope that resonated. I appreciate so much, I'm tell you so very much for each one of you that are subscribed to my channel. I appreciate every one of you that give me topics that you'd like to see. If you would like to see something like this again, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. And thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get moved on to those that picked pile option number 2. Hello, those of you that chose pile option number 2 with the beautiful labradorite. I think this is one of my favorite stones. I love the way when the hit lights it. Well, I mean, the hit lights it. When the light hits it, it kind of looks like what I imagine a dragon's coloring would look like. And I love dragons. So let's look and see how you and your person can come into alignment. So first we're gonna, for the Divine Masculine, we have the Page of Wands. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that this may run a little longer than expected. My videos only allow me to go 33 minutes. So if I have to extend the video, I'll put the link down in the description box. So next I have these cards here to represent where the Divine Masculine's focus is, his perception. Remember that it is his perception. And, you know, no one's perception and point of view is going to be the same. Then we have the Divine Feminine is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the good thing about these two, I'm noticing right away, is they're at least facing each other. Where in pile number 1, they weren't even looking, like they were both looking that way, you know, and at least they're facing each other. And so next we have these cards here, which represent where her focus is, her point of view. And then these cards, which are advice from Spirit on how to come into alignment. So, the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, this is like a youthful type of energy, but it's creative, it's passionate. The thing a Page of Wands about, the thing about it is, like, you know, see, it is, he holds and grasps his wand so tightly, and it's like he's enthusiastic, and that wand is a part of him. Okay. And also all this red, I'm just like, it's just, and he's got the lizards here, which to me lizards represent sexuality, fertility, and so this may be, he may have a lot of sexual tension, a lot of sexual energy. Also, a little side note, no, this is not for all of you, but it is for some of you. Spirits point out to me that in this deck, the Arcanum Tarot, the Page of Wands is a feminine. And this feminine is carrying this masculine energy. The Queen of Wands is a feminine as well. So, because I asked for the masculine energy, but it's a female card. So, you know, I am going to point out that it doesn't matter who carries the energy, a man or a woman. The gender, your gender does not matter. It's the masculine and feminine energy. However, since there are two females here, this indicates to me that for some of you that pick this pile, not all of you, but some of you, this may be a same-sex relationship. So, we've got this Page of Wands here. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the thing about this is they may be facing each other. However, this is only a page. She's a queen. Now, she's not quite Empress yet. But she is a queen. He's not even a king. The masculine energy isn't even kinged up yet. But they're facing each other. The thing about the Queen of Pentacles, of course, she's got this rabbit here, so she's highly fertile. So if you are the feminine and you are with the masculine is a male and not a female, do know that you're highly fertile at the time you see this reading. So if you don't want to get pregnant, I suggest you make sure you use protection. Also, and you know, because she also has these vines going up with these roses. She's blossoming, which to me is, again, fertility. And the Wands, of course, is fire energy. So that's Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. I'm sorry, I had to think about it. And then the Queen of Pentacles is earth energy, which is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Now, the earth energy, of course, they're more laid back. This one's more passionate. They're more go, 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 go. This one's more laid back and receptive. She's blossoming. She's abundant. She's beautiful. She's flowing. She stands in her power. You know, she has her big O pentacle there. She's standing in her power. So let's look at their perspectives. We'll look at the masculine energy's perspective first. So first we have the Tower. So the masculine, in his perception, he sees where there's been something in his life that's had a huge shift. Like he's had some major changes. And it looks like a tornado has come in and is ravishing that tower. So he may have been through some relationships that really messed with him. You know, changed his whole world. And then we have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man, most of the time, you know, the purpose of the Hanged Man is talking about seeing things from another perspective. Seeing things from a different point of view. But the Hanged Man, he's looking upside down at this tower. So what I'm sensing is, for some of you, this may have been a marriage, a long-term relationship. It can also have, towers can also represent industries like businesses, prisons, whatever it is for your person. It came crashing down. It changed. This is a forced change. This isn't, you know, the Death card talks about closing one door and opening another. This tower is similar, except with the tower, they're being forced to have that change. They didn't want the change. But they were forced, because nature came in and forced that change. They didn't do it. So this flipped, see, he's upside down. It flipped his world upside down. And he's went through something that's flipped his whole world upside down. And then we have the Devil card. So the devil has to do with addictions, has to do with strong sexuality, like lust. I'm not talking about sexuality with love. Sexuality is a good thing. It is good to embrace your sexuality until it becomes an addictive energy like lust. This can also represent addiction to outside forces such as drugs, alcohol, pornography. But there's some type of, it also can represent codependency. But I'm sensing, because this is a very passionate page of wands, his wand is his tool. In every sense of, you know exactly what I mean. And then we have the number 8, emotional withdrawal. That just brings it home to me. So he's no longer looking at, for example, marriage. If that's a situation for y'all, take it how it resonates. But if the Tower did represent his marriage and there was forced changes and it turned his world upside down, and it's like emotional withdrawal, he doesn't want to get emotionally attached. So he's just pretty much in it for the sex. And it's like, I'm hearing, I'm just not ready for a commitment right now. Okay? So, let's look at the feminine's perspective. Which, I'm just going to put this out there. I don't know what the heck you're thinking. Playing around with the queen. She ain't going to tolerate that mess for long. No. No, indeed. So, let's look at the queen's perspective. So, we have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy. The thing about the Chariot is that's forward movement. She requires someone who's going to be proactive in forward movement. I mean, and this is fast. And they're running in water, which has to do with emotional ties. She wants that emotional connection. And she wants it to be effortless. Because you see, he's not even holding any reins. She wants this to be an effortless, smooth, forward movement. She don't want all that drama. She's an earth sign. She don't even want all that drama. Okay. Then we have the Wheel. So the Wheel talks about abundance and prosperity and things looking forward, looking up. Not only does she want it to move forward, but she wants it to be a positive connection. But she's getting the 5 of Pentacles. She's getting left out in the cold when it comes to emotional fulfillment. Because this is Pentacles. This is not Cups. And this is being left out in the cold. She's wanting things to move forward. She wants them to move forward in a positive direction. But it's like she's standing there like a beggar. Here she is, the queen. And she's standing there like an MFing beggar. No. No, 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 no. She's better than that. Why is she having to do that when she wants that? That's, Then we have the number 4, firm foundation. She wants that stability there. She's putting the work in, hoping that they can... I'm getting a real strong sense of a feminine who... She's looking at his perception. She's trying to understand him. She's like, oh, well, I'm just really sensing she's making excuses for this divine masculine. Because she sees... She's standing there and she's facing down his mountain. This is his burden. This is his mountain. She's facing it down in a challenge. It's like she wants this love, so she's willing to challenge the mountain for him. So, let's look and see. I'm sorry. Let me say this. The reason why she's coming out as the beggar begging for scraps of attention is because I'm getting that she strongly believes if she shows him unconditional love, he's going to come around. He's going to break down them walls. He's going to break down that mountain. So, let's look and see what Source, Spirit, Divine Energy has to advise. So, we have the Six of Keys in crescent mood. So, of course, the moon has to do with the feminine energy. And so this is telling me the feminine energy, this is an action the feminine energy is going to have to practice. She's going to have to carry this light. See how they got the light? He's putting in all this work. She's going to, if she wants this to work, she's going to go quite a while. She's going to have the window open. You know how it's like that? I'm sensing that same sense of leaving the light by the window. She's shining her light down in through the window. She's got her light burning bright. She's going to have to continue to be that light in that darkness. She's going to have to keep on working, being creative, being fertile, being that energy, that light, that love that he needs. And let me say it again, work, patience, because it's going to come a long time. It's going to be a while before it gets there. You got the windows open, which is an invitation to come in. You're leaving it's like that, what is that, what commercial is that? It's the 8 Motel, where they say we leave the light on. You're leaving the light on. That's Spirit's advice. You want it that bad, you're going to have to leave the light on. Then we have this one. Do you see? We have this card. See how she's embracing him? She's got him clinging to her cleavage, clinging to him. She's got him clinging to her, nourishing him with her soul. It says, embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. So evidently, we've seen he has missing pieces because his world was flipped upside down. So now it's telling us that she has some missing pieces too. And it's evident if she's begging for scraps of affection. It's evident that she's got some missing pieces too. And then we have this card, which looks like a heart on fire, a flame. It's bright. It's activated. It says, transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. She's facing off that mountain, honey. She's facing off the mountain to show that he's safe and secure in this connection. And because that, and she's continuing forth, she's steadfast, she will break down that barrier. And this connection will transform. She's going to have to continue putting in that work, continuing with patience, and enduring and persevering. Okay? So, thank you so much for watching. If this resonated, thank you so much. I so much appreciate each one of my subscribers. I've been trying to make sure I put that out there because I don't know. I want to be in an attitude of gratitude. So, again, thank you so much. If you enjoyed it and you would like to see more videos similar to this, please make sure you like, subscribe, and please leave your comment and feedback letting me know that you enjoyed this reading and how it resonated with you. So, thank you so much. I'm going to get moved on to those that picked pile 3. Hello, group 3. If you chose this green stone, I'm just going to call it stone. I can't never remember if it's an opal or opalite. But, anywho, so, I used the Cosmic Tarot. And, it's funny that I don't never remember this one. Because I love crystals and stones. So, I don't know why I can't remember that particular one. It's just this one. It's this one. Anyways, so I have lots of different cards here. Let's go ahead and go through this because I've noticed that this is taking 2 different videos. So, this is for, the top is for the Divine Masculine energy. This is the Prince of Swords. Then I have these cards here that represent his perspective, his viewpoint. One thing you have to remember is everyone's viewpoint is different. It doesn't matter if you grew up in the same town, I mean, it just doesn't matter. Everyone has their own perspective. So then for the Divine Feminine, we have the Queen of Swords. Now, the funny thing is they're both looking in the same direction. They're not looking at each other, but at least they're looking this way, the same, anyways. So then these cards represent her point of view, her perspective. And then these cards here are the advice from Spirit on how to come into alignment. Oh, wow, she had 4 cards. Didn't even realize that. Okay, so let's first look at the Divine Masculine energy. So, he's the Prince of Swords. First and foremost, the Prince and the Queen is not at the same level. And this is the 3rd time that I've seen this. The Divine Masculine. So the Swords is air energy. That is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Does not mean that's in this person's chart. It just means that they're resonating in the air energy. So the Prince of Swords. So he's got a book in his hand. So he's still learning some things. He is learning from a higher perspective. He's starting to evolve and ascend. We have the hawk, peeking behind his shoulder. So he is getting intuitive messages. He is learning to listen to his inner voice. He's got that sword in his hand, like he's, and the look in his eyes like, oh, I finally got my sword. He's trying not to be overly excited, but you can see in his eyes that he's like, yes, this is my sword, So he's really excited about the things he's learning. The Queen. So the Queen is a higher level up than him. And if you see in her background, the background there, this is the couple that's on the Lover's card in this deck. This is the scene from the Lover's card. So that is behind her. This is something she's overcome. And she's wisened up by this that's happened behind her. And she's kind of got this look in her eye of, yeah, you think, this is, and I'm getting that this is her past. This is something that happened in her past, right? Because they're behind her. So it's like, it's a real sense of, because it kind of looks like she's got that, I know when I am in a sarcastic, smartassy kind of wit, that I kind of have a, I have a sideways grin when I'm like frustrated. It's a grin of not really, it's like an angry grin. And that's how I'm perceiving her. Even though it's not really crooked, I'm just, in my head, I'm seeing it that way. And it's just like behind her in her past, it's like, she's like, oh, they think they're being sneaky. And she's holding her sword like, I got something for your ass. Test me. You just didn't know how ferocious and vicious I can be. But she's smart enough to cut the ties from that bullshit. But she's in this connection with someone who's not leveled up to her. Also, it looks like she's got some gray mixed in, some salt and pepper hair going on, and he's full. You know, some of you, not all of you, this may be a connection where there's an age difference. Also, just because the queen is, you know, I'm resonant, I'm saying she's a feminine. This could be a masculine. This could be a male gender. And the masculine energy may be in a feminine gender. You know, genders don't matter when it comes to the masculine and the feminine energy. It's just energy. But there could be an age difference here. She's got some experience behind her. I'm knocking it down. And yet, he's just now opening up when it comes to spirituality and connections, communication, all that. So, let's look at his perspective. So, where is he coming from? What's his perspective? Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So, when I see the Ten of Swords, so the Ten of Swords, the regular Ten of Swords has to do with anxiety, stress, being overwhelmed, having all these battles against you, but it's in reverse. So it's like, he ain't too messed up about it. This is kind of a very shallow, you know, because the swords cut deep, but this is in reverse. So he's kind of shallow right now. He has a little vanity about him. We have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands has to do with friendly competition. It looks like he's kind of doing it in a dance step. You know, he's just seeing it as like a mock battle, like, you know, just playing around, not taking it too seriously. He's making sure his battle stance is a dance move. Then we have the High Priestess, and that is in reverse as well. The thing about the High Priestess, she goes very deep. She's highly intuitive. She has knowledge that, you know, is secret and only to her. But it's upside down. So he's going to tell your secrets. He's the type that's like, oh yeah, hey, man, you ain't never gonna believe this. I was making out with the queen last night. He's vain. He's shallow. And he don't hold no secrets. Everything's a game to him. Then we have the number 14 for patience. In the regular tarot, this is temperance. So, yeah, he's got some growth here, because we got, you know, we see there's growth. But, you know, he's looking at his palm of his hand. He ain't looking at all this growth. He's not looking at all that. He wants to look. He's looking at this. So, you know, he's still learning patience. You know, it's kind of like when people pray to God. Oh, God, please give me some patience. Oh, no. No, no, no. You just asked for the wrong thing. You just messed up. Because you learn patience as you go through it. He's still going through it. He's still having to learn some things. So now let's look at the Queen of Swords. Let's look what her perspective is. So we have the Princess of Cups. So the thing about the Princess of Cups, she's guarding and protecting her heart, her cup. She's looking you dead in the eye and she's like, try me, bitch. Just try me. There's boats behind her, but she's She's not willing to go with the flow. She's, I've been here before, buddy. You ain't gonna play no games with me. No, sir. No, indeed. We have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Soulmate card. High-level soulmates. She don't see it that way. She sees it as a fling. See? Look at her point of view. She's looking at it. She's like, all that is a fling. It ain't going to amount to nothing. I've been here before. You remember? I've been here before. We have the Three of Pentacles. So this has to do with partnering up. So may be that these two work together. You may work with each other. One of you may be the boss. But this is somehow working together on some kind of project or plan, or maybe trying to work together on this relationship, trying to see each other's perspective, but not able to do it because it's like, look, this man's teeter-tottering. This one's bending over. This one's handing up. I mean, they're not, none of them's looking at each other. They're making progress on the building, but they still got a lot to go. And then we have the Sun card. So she recognizes, I mean, that's a good thing, you know, because she is the queen. She is leveled up quite a bit. She's being guarded. She's protecting her heart. She doesn't want to believe that this is a soulmate connection, but she's willing because she wants to find happiness. It's like she's not willing to see this as a soulmate connection because she sees that as her twin flame, and that's behind her, and her twin flame is betrayed her. She sees in her perspective, her twin flame is in a karmic connection, so she's going to be in a karmic connection. But because she wants happiness, she's trying to work it out. She's trying to make this work with the Prince of Swords. Then we have the number 2 for intuition. She's trying to go within. She's trying to listen to the divine source. She's trying to manifest. She's got that scrying mirror there, but it's looking at the universe, right? So I'm really getting a sense of this connection is the result of someone who, in twin flames and soulmates, we have many soulmates. In my perspective, the twin flame is the highest level of soulmates. So with me explaining it like that, and this is her past and it didn't work out, and she's trying to level herself up instead of staying stagnant with the twin flame connection, she moved not forward. I mean, she focused on herself and her spirituality. That's seen with the intuition card. But she moved, instead of moving forward with her twin flame, she moved sideways and is trying to move forward with a karmic, with a soulmate, a karmic soulmate. Let me rephrase that. A soulmate that sometimes, you know, karmics come in to teach us lessons. Soulmates we can find happiness with. And twin flames is that ultimate holy shit battle. But she's trying, it's like this connection is trying to find happiness with a soulmate. Trying to find, that's her goal. This is her goal. Sunshine and happiness and, you know, all the joy. Spirit's advice. So, we have the Four of Scrolls, the karmic trench. This is telling me that this is a karmic connection. She's hoping it's a, you know, she was hoping that it was a soulmate when he came in, but her intuition is telling her that since the soulmate card is in reverse, it is telling her that no, this is a karmic lesson. And she's aware of it. You that's resonating with this, if you're the Divine Feminine, you do recognize this is a karmic trench. You are working your karma. You're learning your lessons. We have the number 3. So your advice in this karmic connection is move forward, look towards your destination, your true compass, that rainbow. You know you're not finding happiness doing all this work with this karmic. You know it's not going to lead to this Sun card. He's shallow. He's vain. He is not your soulmate or your twin flame. And the hard truth is, it's time for you to turn your back and sail your ship somewhere else. Cards we have here. We have this beautiful card. And it says, power. You instinctively know what is right for you. And you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. You've learned your lesson. You can walk away now. You don't have to stay there. We have this beautiful card. It says, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And then you had one more, which is this one. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. So with this karmic connection, yeah, you was hoping that it would be a soulmate, but it came in, and like most karmics, we sometimes think they're a soulmate, and then we learn the hard way, as we're digging those trenches, that it's a karmic. And then we get stuck in our head. And lots of times we end up with a karmic because we're leading a life through our head and not our heart. So Spirit's advice for you to find alignment is that you're not going to find alignment with this person. And for you to find alignment within yourself, for you are your own twin flame. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it struck a chord in your heart. If you do need a personal reading, you can always reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.